Hi, my lovelies. This week's reflection of the week is people know exactly what they are doing. They know exactly what they are doing, and you do not owe them that conversation. You don't. This week is a bit more personal because although my reflections of the week are always about what I've gone through this, like the past week, what I've learned from it, and what I want to share with you guys who are also on a similar journey, this one is more personal. Um, I recently went through something with someone who I've always been extremely close with. Um, and that person, long story short, that person hurt me. I went through many stages in less than 10 minutes of how I wanted to react to this hurt. At first, I think it's realizing that this person knows what they are doing is hurting me, right? Accepting that. And this is when I'm really talking to the people who are like me. People who struggle to hold other people accountable. You may be quick to realize what you did wrong in a situation, but you struggle to hold other people accountable. They, especially if it's someone who's known you for a long time, whether you may think, oh, they don't know this about me. They do. They know you, and that is why they're doing what they're doing. They know the type of person that you are, that you're probably going to brush it off. You're not going to hold them to a level of account that someone else would. And that is why they are doing this thing. So accepting that not only has this person chosen to do something that has hurt me, knowing they have made this choice thinking, well, she's just going to allow it. She's just going to leave it because that's the type of person that she is. That was the more hurtful part for me. At first, I think I was trying to find excuses for that person, and that in turn was making me more upset. None of the excuses were justifying the choices that the person had made. So that was just making me more irritated. And then when I really reflected, it's a situation where you expect the person to show up for you, and they have actively told you, I will not be showing up for you on this day. And that was definitely hurtful. And another reason that made me realize that no, this person knows what they're doing is they consistently would bring up things that I had done for them in the past, like positive things. Upon further reflection, I'm like, oh no, you were doing this to sort of pull at that inner child of me that doesn't like to be in a bad place with people, sort of shies away from being in a place of conflict with people. You know these things, and you're trying to pull and activate that side of me. By the way, I'm sick. I feel like I sound my dad's because I'm unwell. Um, you're trying to activate that side of me, um, in hopes that what you're doing can be forgiven. And it worked for a bit. That person mentioning, and you've done this and you've done that and you've done this, but I'm still choosing to make this decision that I know will hurt you. It took me a while, but once I realized that what was happening, first off, shout out to me because I realized that I took it in, and no matter what my initial reaction was, the fact that I could understand what was happening there and being like, okay, now it's time to change your approach. Before, this would have made you go into your shell. Maybe this would have allowed the person to get what they want from the situation. It's okay not to deal with a situation that you've never been in before, that you didn't expect, that really presses on your emotions, like not the best initially, but to sit there and reflect, and to reflect during the situation and to be like, okay, no, I see what this person's doing. I'm not going to allow that. It's fine. Guys, it's also okay to not give people conversations. Especially, again, if you go back to that personality trait where you're not someone that particularly likes conflict, you don't want to be in situations, especially with people who you love, where you know, where you're now on the outs with people that you love, and you know that what I say is probably going to determine that this is the end of that relationship moving forward. We don't enjoy being in situations like that. But it is okay to be strong and make that decision and say, do you know what? I choose me. And in order to choose me, I can no longer offer you conversation. I can no longer offer you the loyalty that you have received. It's okay to do that and decide, you know what, I can't have you in my life anymore. So again, my reflection of the week is people know what they are doing. You don't owe them a conversation after the fact, after you have worked out what it is that person's doing that has hurt you. You don't have to sign it off with this in a beautiful bow to make yourself feel better and that you are still not the villain in this. I try. You don't have to do that. You owe them nothing because they felt they didn't owe you anything when they did what they did. Choose yourself. Choose yourself when people choose themselves. It is okay. Understand that what's happening can be painful, and just like you would, mourn or grieve the loss of a romantic relationship, you can do the same with platonic relationships. They knew what they were doing. That is my reflection this week. I feel like this week was very low beat. It was very like down there, but I felt it is important to share because I know there are so many people who, when faced with situations like this, people know how to like pull at your heartstrings and make you feel like, oh my gosh, should I have done something differently? What can I do to save this? And it's not your place. You need to leave it and go where you are loved. Please just leave it and go where you are loved. But I'll be back next week with an upbeat. I can't promise. It depends what my week is saying. Life is unpredictable, but I will be back with another reflection of the week. I just can't promise the tone.